So I think I found the smallest room in all of Halo, but the weird thing about this room is it actually despawns if you play the game normally. So can we get to this hidden room? Let's give it a shot!
Is this on a recorded line?
This is on a recorded line.
See ya. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, guys, I told my brother that this was going to be the shortest trick ever that we've ever done, and it's the smallest room in all of Halo 2. So Halo 2 has a pretty unique feature that was included in the development of the game. Bungie decided that they were going to actually load separate sections of the map as different maps. So on the mission Delta Halo, this means that you're actually playing two separate maps, and the one map is deloaded when the second map is loaded in. They did this in order to save resources because the maps in Halo 2 are, quite frankly, massive sandboxes that you're free to explore the entire thing, which means there's a lot of details. So what does this mean for us? Well, if you ever played this mission correctly, then you probably would have never ever noticed this room. That's because if you load the second section of the mission and play as you're supposed to, this room actually disappears completely. So the first step in this was really simple. Just play through the mission until we get to the drawbridge that you have to activate. Is the game crashing?
All right, guys, that was the fastest trick in Shilt Show history. Thanks. Tune in next time. See ya. Actually, yeah, see you guys.
You left. Okay, second time's a charm. On the same connection, both running very powerful PCs. So, we ran into our first problem in record time. Immediately, the game would not load. So the problem with Halo 2 Anniversary is that you're able to switch between the Anniversary graphics, which are updated and take a lot more resources, and the original game, which takes a lot less resources. Because any player in the lobby can switch between these graphics at any time, this puts a tremendous load on the server trying to sync your guys' game files. So this means that accidentally hitting one button and switching your graphics can crash the entire game. So we had to be very careful about this.
I don't remember this game at all.
Bro, we only played Halo 2 like for years.
Oh, so, dude, I was more of a Ratchet and Clank fan, so...
Yeah, okay, dude. We literally... Don't let this guy fool you. We literally used to have all of our friends come over and we would have LAN parties. This happened all the time.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go stretch and fold my sourdough.
While he's going and doing that, I'm going to go get this set up. You actually don't even need a second player for this. You can do this completely solo. My brother's just here because, well, he's fun sometimes. Don't tell him I said that. And he's gone and making bread, and I would never tell him. Okay, so I actually need to go up on this cliff, so if I can land this, that would be cool. I don't actually want the tank, Cortana. Okay, this is... Alright. Okay, anyways, I would recommend switching back to the... Okay, I would recommend getting a fully intact Ghost if you're trying to do this. So in order to get to this tiny room, we needed to take this Ghost up this giant cliff face and navigate along the edges of the map to get to this without dying to the kill barrier. But I realized 15 minutes into this that I accidentally had the acrophobia skull on that lets you fly. So that's cheating, and I restarted the mission and didn't tell my brother. He really does not like the long tricks. He can't stand it. He claims that he is a prisoner for Halo tricks that is locked up in my basement. So to combat this, I actually restarted the mission, played through the entire thing, got up to the point that we were at, and he didn't even notice because he was too busy making sourdough bread.
We have a giant white rat that lives with us. It's not our pet or anything, but it just lives with us.
Can't shake it. We have a little white dog, and it just lives in our house, and it got hit by a car a couple of years ago and lived. And it's 11 pounds.
I mean, I was driving the car. That's my bad. I should have killed it.
No, but actually, she did get hit by a car. Lost a leg.
And I was driving.
Okay, anyways, guys.
No,
our goal...
Actually, serious, she did get hit by a car, and she only has 3 legs. So, there was a picture that Sam will provide because I'm making him provide now because I'm saying these words.
Bang. Wow. Real funny. Laughing about a 3-legged dog that got hit by a car. Real cool, guys. Well, it is actually funny, But you know what isn't funny? Wasting your money paying full price for video games. Today's sponsor, NEXA, has so generously enabled me to disable ads so you guys only get to see it from me. They told me I could say whatever the fuck I want. The nice thing about NEXA is they've been around since 2018, and they're not one of those scammy aggregate websites. So I'll give you a quick story. 3 weeks ago, I was looking to use a third profile to do tricks, so I needed to buy another version of this game. Every single website I went to was just an aggregate that pulled deals from other feeds. Well, NEXA has over 2,500 video games, and they have a team of individual contributors that manually add every single deal. So they only get paid when you're cashing in on their deals. And NEXA is a 100% free and secure service, so you don't have anything to actually worry about. Right now, you can get Master Chief Collection for only $9.99 on PC. Thanks, NEXA. Would have been nice to know about this. They're actually a fan of the show, so please go show them some love. Link is in the bio. Okay, guys. I'm going to try to make a run for this. I have to go boost up here on this cliffside.
You don't want the tank.
Just like this. It's actually super, super easy. And then leave one player. If you're doing this 2 players, leave 1 player back. If you're doing this yourself, put on acrophobia. I don't care. So in order to get to this secret room, we have to take a very specific path outside of the map. If you don't do this, chances are good that you're going to either die to the death barrier at some point, or you're going to load the second section of the map and in turn deload the room that we're trying to get to. So once you go up this cliff face by the drawbridge, you're going to follow this exact path that runs along the edge of the mountains. We need to get to the gondola station that houses the elevator from the next mission, Regret. You know that famous elevator ride that you have to take underwater? That elevator. So I needed to follow this exact path to get to the secret room, because the nice thing about Halo 2 is if it isn't a playable area, they didn't put a death barrier. Which means the only reason I can even get to this tiny little baby room is because Bungie was looking out for us. Can learn, developers. We want to explore. Okay, guys, you're basically just going to follow this path here that I just took. You might have saw a sped up version of it, but the secret room is over here. Do not go through the portion of the mission that extends the bridge. Once you get to that point that you see over there and hit the next load zone and load the next section of the mission over, you can't actually access this room any longer.
All right, guys, instead of doing that, I need you to drive as fast as possible off the nearest cliff. Get in your car, grab your mom's credit card, and buy a bunch of Roblox. Send it to my email.
Roblox?
1234shiltshow@gmail.com, and then drive off a cliff. And I swear you will go on the great journey. So
nice. You can see the room kind of up there. If I go back and forth in these textures, you can see it. In the anniversary graphics, you can see that this just looks like a hole. And what I think I'm going to try to do is like throw a series of grenades in a row to get up there, but I'm waiting for my brother to get a checkpoint, and he's really slow.
I'm watching a cutscene.
Apparently, he's not even doing this. So in the mission Delta Halo, because it is so large, getting checkpoints can be challenging. If player 2 dies at any point, they spawn on player 1 all the way outside this gondola platform. Then they have to walk all the way back to the beginning of the map and play through until they get a checkpoint. Because I didn't have the acrophobia skull on, which allows you to fly through the mission, this walk can take upwards of 10 minutes. And what you didn't see is that my brother actually died off screen. So while we wait for this, my brother wanted to give some sort of deep lore on Halo that most people wouldn't know. I don't know shit about the lore, to be honest. This could be all bullshit.
So the thing is, with the Sangheilios, the Sangheilies, the elites, and the prophets, back in the day, like way back in the day, before the humans got like nuked and all this shit. So like the prophets, before they were prophets, they were really attractive apparently, and humans interbred with them and thought they were pretty hot. And they thought humans were pretty hot. And I don't know how that's possible, because you look at them now, they're disgusting inbred pieces of shit. So, yeah. Humans used to bang prophets, so there you go.
Gross.
Yeah.
So now that my brother had went back through and gotten a checkpoint in the mission, he needed to die so that he could spawn on me so that I could use him as a spawning beacon. So the Black Eye Skull in Halo 2 enables you to get overshields simply from meleeing objects that are destroyable, your teammates or enemies. So I was going to have to use a multiple grenade stack, which was going to take a lot of my health. In order to do this, I needed to have the Black Eye Skull on. So what I'm doing here is I'm overcharging a beam rifle so I can throw 2 grenades at the same time. I'm going to double click, and then when it gets to the end of the beam rifle, towards where the shoulder is, that's when I start throwing grenades.
See, in real life, to throw 2 grenades at one time, you just use both hands.
Oh, I missed it! No! I was in the room. So we ran into our next problem at this point. The ceiling of this room is the perfect height that if you get the maximum level launch and hit your head on the ceiling, you will die from fall timer before you actually hit the ledge in this room. So we were going to need the perfect combination of grenades and rocket explosions to get the required distance to land on this ledge.
Yeah. I can't see the terminal.
So, do you guys remember when I mentioned the black eye skull a little bit earlier?
I'm under the water. Hello, I'm under the water. Please help me.
Well, the thing that's pretty annoying about doing this is that every single time that I fail, I have to spawn in and get double over shields from my teammate. This means I have to kill him 1 to 3 separate times before every single attempt. And the other time-consuming thing that you probably didn't even consider is that I'm launching far in the air, and when I come back down, I'm actually landing on a slanted surface. So every single time that I die, my beam rifle and rockets are flying far away. So what seems like a really simple trick, I'm only able to get 1 attempt about every single minute. Whatever, dude. I will never not laugh when I'm literally dying as my feet are touching the ground.
So is this only...
My first one was my best one.
And I just want you to know that you're ugly. I think it's a loving thing to do, is to tell a fat, ugly piece of shit that they're a fat, ugly...
No!
Yes.
Backwards.
Watch this. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. See? You don't think at all. It's evident.
No!
Never seen a cellular phone in my life. Called strafing. Look it up, dude.
Dude, I invented strafing. Shut up!
Oh my God! You're bad, kid.
Do
Do you believe in God?
Of course.
Well, you better start praying, because you ain't got a chance, kid.
How's this for a prayer? Here, God, help me out.
Apparently, he doesn't like you very much. No one cares about my struggle. In German, my struggle is, yes, it's a bestseller.
Please do not say that while I'm about to hit a trick, bro. So at this point, throwing a stack of multiple plasma grenades was not the right formula. I just couldn't get the height that I needed to get this, and when I did get the height, I went too high and I died. So I decided that I was going to try frags. I was going to have my brother throw 1 frag grenade at the same exact time that I was throwing a frag grenade, and as these frag grenades were exploding, I was going to jump and shoot a rocket at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Holy sh**.
Oh, I gotta hit the ledge, No!
That almost killed me, too.
I died from fall damage and I lost my rocket and my beam rifle up there. So if you look closely on that previous attempt, you will have noticed that both my beam rifle, the overcharging weapon that I was using to throw multiple grenades, and my rocket, the booster that I was using to get height, both rested on the ledge that I was trying to get on. So I didn't have access to this any longer. You might ask yourself, well, couldn't you just revert to the previous checkpoint? Yes, but my brother wanted to watch this live and in person, and that was his stipulation for doing this. He wanted to sit there and watch me do it. So all I had left was a plasma pistol, which I could still overcharge, and simple grenades. I was gonna have to make this work. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Well, I hope you got that, because I just died.
And we both ended up dying anyways, so we reverted to the previous checkpoint. And I said, you know, my brother, I'm just going to revert to the previous checkpoint every single time so that I could actually get this done instead of having to do a bunch of stuff every single time. No!
Probably just. Actually, I'm gonna look them up real quick.
No!
Yes, I am going to do that. You can't stop me.
Yes! Look at this room, isn't it sick, everyone? I accidentally pressed the wrong button and threw a plasma grenade and myself the first second I got in this room. I apologize, it's really dark and I was gonna show you what it actually looks like, but I had to do this again. And just 2 attempts later, this happened. Boom! Okay, guys, this is the room. There is one ledge. Okay, so because it's really dark in this room, my idea was to get a second player in here so we could both use our flashlights to further highlight this room for you guys. The problem with this room is the ledge is so small that it's hard to even get a second player to spawn on it.
Yeah. Okay, folks, that was my bad. I'm bad. That's crap. And you could rock it. Which way do I need to go?
Why is the flashlight turning off?
How do I turn the flashlight on? 'Cause that's how it worked in Halo 2. It's oversaturated garbage. No, I don't mean the anniversary graphics. I mean the old graphics.
Yeah, it looks really bright and just looks too striking almost. Yo, can we get up further? Here, get on my head.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's nothing up there, guys. You're actually in the building early, and this part is not rendered from the outside. It's only actually rendered from the inside if you go up this elevator shaft. It's not accessible except any spot but there. Tell them thanks for watching, Alex.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you don't like, comment, subscribe, I will literally myself on camera.